We are once again experiencing, oh, I don't know, this thing called summertime. And with summertime, we get so busy with all the comings and goings. I don't know about you, but sometimes summertime to me feels a little bit ungrounded. Does anybody else feel that way in the summertime? It's like, man, there's so much stuff to do. And you know what? The truth is, I absolutely love it. I love the water. I love nature. I love walking. I like hiking. I like biking. I like running. I like doing all the things that I do. And it just is so rich. And yet, in all that richness, what I often find sometimes is that I occasionally get distracted and forget, like, oh, I don't know, this thing called God. And it's okay because I think we're here on this third dimensional planet and we're here to live life. So it's not that I believe that we should be sitting on top of a mountaintop in the Himalayas, hanging out, meditating, boom, and we don't do anything. But do that. I think we're in this planet to actually live life. But I also think that sometimes, and that's what the talk's going to be about today, is that sometimes we get so busy, we get so distracted that we forget this thing inside of us, this connection to ourselves, this connection to God. Um, and that happens. All of us. It's happened to all of us where all of a sudden we lose focus, we lose attention, we lose that. And there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. But today what I want to talk about is this understanding where we have the ability to have an amazing experience. And I think that's one of the things I love about Unity, what Unity has shared with me, what I've learned through going and being a part of Unity for a long time, is that we have the ability to actually have a lived experience with God. What do you mean, Mike? Well, I would mean that traditionally what it looks like is something like where you sit down and you pray, dear God, fill in the blanks. And that's the relationship with God. And what I'm telling you is there is so much more that's available to you. So much more. And to me, in some ways, it makes me sad that people only know about this one little thing called prayer. What if there was an opportunity for you to live a life where it can feel like God is, oh, I don't know, right here? Or better yet, what if all of a sudden you could imagine that like you're being embodied by God, where God just comes down and it's a part of your being, and that you actually have the experience of this divinity running through you all the time. And you can feel that, and it is a real experience. I know lately I've been talking about this a lot. Why? Because what's happening is more and more people are waking up to the possibility of there's got to be something more with this thing called God. There has to be something more. I know there's something more. And what I'm hoping that when you come in here and we share in this community, the message that everybody is telling everybody is that this is possible. In other words, it's kind of like there's a version 1.0. Dear Heavenly Father, blah, 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 blah. Version 1.0, nothing wrong with that. That's not better than, it's not less than, it's nothing. I lived that version for a long, long time until all of a sudden I started dawning on me that, wait a minute, I think there's got to be more to this thing. And I really started challenging my reality and I started challenging the teachings. And certainly Unity did, and certainly the Fillmores did. They lived it. It was a part of who and what they are. It was their lived experience. And what I have learned over the years is that you can have that exact experience. My hope and prayer for you is that you're hearing these words. Something inside of you is going, you know what? Maybe he's right. And what I'm telling you is that I am right. And I don't say that from an egotistical standpoint. I mean it from the standpoint of actually living that experience. Is it perfect? No. Do I do it every single day, every single minute, every single way? No, I don't. But here's what I notice is when I slow down enough and I get up in the morning and I walk outside my door and all of a sudden I'm in all these pine trees and the sunshine is coming through and it's coming through those trees. In that moment, I can feel God's presence. And the more I slow down enough, the more I listen, the more I just realize, wow, this experience is incredible. And the more I give God the opportunity, the more I slow down and just say, "Hi, God. Good morning. How are you?" The more it responds back to me. And so this becomes a lived experience. And I would bet if I were to sit down with each and every one of you, you could tell me a story that's fairly similar in terms of the way that you experience God. But what I'm saying is, the more I open myself up to the opportunity of having that experience, the more it happens. And it looks different. And it's so beautiful. Whether I come in here on a Sunday morning and I look at you, to me, this is you're the divine incarnate. So I get to look at all these faces of God. That's part of my life. And I love it. It's fantastic. And what I'm saying is, we all have the opportunity to do that. But in some cases, unfortunately, we were told maybe not so much. Maybe this is something that you just talk to occasionally on a daily basis. And then at the end of the life, we get to go back to heaven, and that's where we're going to be. And if that's all there is for you, then good. I'm not going to say right, wrong, or indifferent, but what I'm saying is that wasn't good enough for me. It wasn't. Never has been. My soul is going, there's way more. There's way more. And you can have that experience. You can have it.